Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Becoming and Being Recognized as Best. And today's episode, we'll talk about a very important part of your life of handling failures and learning from them. And again, the source of this topic is from one of the questions that was asked on Quora. So the question precisely was that how do you handle setbacks and failures and turn them into learning opportunities for personal growth and improvement? So it's a wonderful question, a very good question. Because, between you will try and do many things in life. I have tried to do many things. Now, many of them we will do it right, we will succeed, but many we will fail, and that's part of life, right? So while the success tells us what we have done right and we can repeat that, so there's a learning there also. But the more learnings come from what we don't know, the learnings will come for the areas in the areas that we have failed. So we have failed because we didn't know something that we needed to or in the way we needed to do. So the bigger learning happens from failures. In fact, that is it is said in uh, one of the sayings that failures are the foundation for success, right? So you build success based on the failures. So how do you go about handling these setbacks and failures and learn? So the first thing that you need to do is to accept the failures as they have happened, accept the setbacks, because you know it is difficult for us to accept that we have failed. Our egos are so big and they become so big, especially after having been successful. If you're not successful and you've been failing, fine, you can accept failures as it is. But if you've been successful, especially, accepting failures is a big challenge by itself. So, first thing we need to accept the failure. Okay, this is what I wanted to achieve, and I've not been able to do that. So, first, we need to accept that. And in that, we don't need to be defensive. If failure does not reflect you being anywhere less mortal than anyone else or at any other point of time. It is just that things happened in which you did not achieve your goal. Now, so the second thing you need to do then is to analyze the causes of failures, and the causes can be many. First, which is outright, is that you have taken something, you have bitten something that is more than that you can chew. So it is beyond your capability. You became so let's say, motivated by your successes in the past that you continue to take even more difficult challenges, which is good. But then you exceeded, you overlooked your own capabilities. So there's a mismatch between your capabilities and the goal that you had set. Now, it is good to take ambitious goals, but at the same time, we need to be mindful of our own capabilities, because if we do not work on our capabilities and realize the limitations, then we will have more failures. Now, once we realize limitation and improve them, we can take bigger goals. So, first thing is to understand that. Second thing could be that while it was within your capability, you picked the wrong things to do, a strategic error, a strategic cause. You picked the wrong path to walk. You wanted to go to Sri Lanka and you took a train. Obviously, how will you reach Sri Lanka? Because there's a whole stretch of ocean in between and your train cannot. It can reach up to uh, end of Indian strip to the end of the India, but you can't reach Sri Lanka. So you picked up the wrong mistake. Third thing could be that you picked up the right path. It was within your capability. You did not put in enough efforts. So these are the things that you need to analyze. Now, how do you analyze this? See, the best way I think is you to get a 360 feedback from your customers for whom this project was working, from your colleagues, and if you have a superior and a manager, from his superior. So do a 360 round the clock, because you need to, if it is finding the mistakes or the causes is like seeing the elephant. Now, an elephant has 6 sides, not even 4. So you need to go around the elephant to see the whole thing. Otherwise, you will make wrong judgments about the whole cause that has happened and that has caused you to not to succeed. So that's how you first need to figure out. Now, once you have figured out, you have many things that you can work on, right? It could be something that you did not know, It could be something that new but you did not have enough skill to work, and it may not be the right thing that you picked up to work. So once you find those causes, then you need to pick out of these what do you need to do to learn, and that's where the learning start coming. The first step in learning is to realize what you did not know. One of my friend uh, said this wonderful saying, and it is there on internet anywhere: you don't know what you don't know. So till the time you fail, you don't know what you don't know. And once you start analyzing by getting a 360 feedback, you start discovering what you did not know in terms of your knowledge, in terms of your skill, or in terms of picking the right thing to do. So once you figure out what you did not know, half of the battle practically is won. Then you need to figure out of those things that you did not know or do enough, what are the things that you need to start learning? And then you go and learn. Go and learn again from the people who have already done it. My advice for you to learn is don't go to novices. Don't go to people who are only academicians, because you will only learn theory. And theory helps you. I have also banked on theory and learned from theory a lot. But it doesn't take you far. You will again have. So learn from someone who has practically done it, the same task, same goal. Go to someone who has achieved it, and there you will actually learn the most practical way of doing, apart from the concepts that is needed. So you learn. Now you are better equipped to do the same thing, and then you try the same thing again, and then measure. And that's where I'd like you to remember the Deming's PDCA cycle plan. So you now strategize again and say, okay, this is what I didn't achieve it, so this is how I'm going to do differently. Then you actually do, you repeat the same thing, and then you check again how much have you progressed on that, how much have you succeeded this time. Now it could be a better success, it could be complete success, and then you analyze the success or failure, and then you plan again if required. It may happen some of the complex tasks or that requires a very fine level of knowledge or skill or strategic orientation. You might have multiple times to try. Don't worry about that. What you need to worry about is you are not doing the same mistakes again and again. You are learning, you are moving forward, and that's how the learning happens. And it's a long life. I have learned over now 65 years on each of the things. I continue to learn. So setbacks and learning in nutshell is a great platform and opportunity for learn. You don't need to worry about failing. Obviously, you don't need to continuously failing. I mean, the whole idea is to succeed. And there, what you need to do is to try, learn about those things, take the right goals, have the right skills and knowledge. If not, prepare in advance, then try. And if you fail, go back and do the cycle again. And I'm sure you will then be able to capitalize on your failures and setbacks and continue to learn and be a lot more skilled to be more successful in life.